Hello and a warm welcome to Federal special program Capital Beat. The campaign in Telangana has ended and it has been one of the most interesting campaigns which the state has witnessed. It was almost a triangular fight between BRS, Congress and BJP. How are the odds stacked up as far as the political parties are concerned? What are the issues which have resonated amongst the voters on the ground? Joining me now is the renowned political analyst and psephologist of the country, Professor Sanjay Kumar, who's been the former director of CSDS as well. So thank you so much for joining on the Federal. So what is your feeling about the Telangana elections? It doesn't look like a very ordinary election in Telangana, which one would say that it's not interesting. In fact, the decibel levels have been very high, extremely high as far as the campaign has been concerned. So what's your feeling really about the campaign 2023 in Telangana?
Neelu, I don't know what is the parameter on which we can say the election is interesting or not. I used to say that Gujarat election, the election which was held last year, was not interesting because I used to think that this is kind of a race where I know who is the winner. The only question was with regard to Gujarat Assembly election, whether the winner is going to beat its own record or not. If I use that parameter, yes, Telangana election is extremely interesting. I really don't know who is going to be the winner. My only slight disagreement with you is that you said it's a triangular contest. I don't see this contest as a triangular contest. There are three important political parties contesting this election. Not only three, there are other political parties also. But if we are looking at triangular or four-cornered contest, then it is the BRS, which is the ruling party, the Congress, the BJP and AIMIM. But my own sense from the ground is that it is a straight direct contest between the ruling BRS, which has been in power in the state for last 10 years, and Congress, which is putting up a huge challenge for BRS. I think Congress has, has been able to cover a lot of ground compared to the last election. Because in the last election, Congress trailed behind BRS by approximately 18-19% vote. So it is a direct contest between Congress and BRS. This is how I look at Telangana Assembly election.
Right. But Sanjay, what I want to really understand from you is that few months back, people were saying that, nobody can defeat BRS. But what has happened in these months that how has Congress really recovered the ground? Some people say that it's all hype and, a sort of a propaganda, which this time Congress has spread itself too far and wide. What do you feel? Is it just a hype, maybe a media hype, or something really is churning up on the ground, which is in favor of Congress?
I don't think that it is merely a hype. I think Congress has been able to make huge inroads among the rural voters of Telangana, while at the moment, nobody can say for sure, at least I cannot say for sure, whether it is the BRS which is ahead in the electoral race or whether it is the Congress ahead in the electoral race. So in that context, we can say maybe there's a hype. But my own sense is that, yes, you're right. Maybe a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago, it seemed as if BRS is going to have an easy victory because, and why we used to say that, and I was one of those who used to say BRS is going to have an easy victory, because I used to look at the lead in the last assembly election, and BRS had registered a huge lead. And my own opinion was that it would be very difficult for the Congress to cover such a huge ground.
Right.
But what has happened is that slowly and gradually, the contest started narrowing down between BRS and Congress. And Congress kept saying that, if you look at closely, BRS has a stated alliance with AIMIM, which is a formal alliance. It also unofficially is having an adjustment or an alliance with BJP. You would remember when Prime Minister Narendra Modi went to Telangana, he also mentioned that BRS wanted to join NDA. So all this resulted into creating a situation in the mind of the voter that, yes, there is some tacit understanding between BRS and BJP, and AIMIM is already an alliance. So all those voters who wanted to vote against BRS, they have all polarized or got like stacked up in favor of the Congress.
Right.
Slowly and gradually during the last 2 months, what has happened is that now the campaign or the contest narrowed down between Congress and BRS, and all those voters who don't want to vote for BRS, they want to, vote out BRS, they are all intending to vote for Congress now. And remember, an average Indian voter don't want to waste the vote. So even if you are not a committed Congress supporter, but you don't want to vote for BRS, such voters have no choice. And they all seem to be tilted in favor of voting for the Congress. And I think this is what has made contest look like a one-to-one contest between Congress and the BRS.
Right. But Sanjay, yeah, there is a talk of heavy anti-incumbency against KCR, which is quite natural because he's seeking the third term now. But how realistic is this anti-incumbency, given the fact that the kind of social welfare schemes he's rolled out, and especially the Raitu Bandhu scheme, will it not help him come back strongly again for the third time?
See, being in power for 10 years doesn't mean that you are bound to have anti-incumbency. We had chief ministers in the past who have been in power for a very long time. Don't forget Jyoti Basu in West Bengal, and in Sikkim you had Pawan Chamling, chief minister for such a long time. Then you have in Odisha the current chief minister holding power for such a long time. So there is a long list of people who have been in power, who have been chief minister for a very long time, much more than 10 years. So just being in power for 10 years doesn't mean that you are bound to have anti-incumbency. But I think there is certainly some anti-incumbency on the ground, despite KCR rolling out various schemes. Schemes are popular. Some of the schemes are really very popular. But there are other issues. I think corruption is a big issue, which has resulted into anti-incumbency on the ground. And if there was no anti-incumbency, or if there was very little anti-incumbency, Congress would not have found such an attraction among the people of Telangana, voters of Telangana, as they seems to be getting at this moment. So there is anti-incumbency. And I think one of the big reasons for some kind of a anti-incumbency or a mood against Telangana, against the BRS, is the issues of corruption. So even if there are popular schemes, but people keep saying that corruption is a big issue in the state of Telangana.
Even KCR's son, KTR, for that matter, has admitted to the fact that there is anti-incumbency on the ground. So anti-incumbency, that is one factor. And of course, the corruption, which you pointed out. Are these two the reasons for the rebirth of Congress in Telangana, if I may ask you?
Absolutely. Because, even if you're getting the benefit, that makes you happy. So the voters who are getting the benefits makes voters happy. But schemes have a limited role to play. Schemes are not rolled out for everyone. Even if the schemes are rolled out for everyone doesn't get a benefit. So it is counterproductive as well for some people. If you are not benefiting from the scheme, you become unhappy. And also, even among those who are benefiting from the scheme, if they realize that there is a corruption even in rolling out these schemes, so even the beneficiaries are not as happy as they should be the benefits from the scheme. So I think corruption is a big issue. And what is the corruption? Is corruption related to? It relates to corruption has resulted into one family getting all the benefits, one family reaping all the benefits. So I think this is what has resulted into, strong, from mild to strong in different places, anti-incumbency mood of the voter against the ruling BRS government.
Right. But it would be interesting to know from you that how is the Muslim voter in Telangana going to behave this time, given the fact that there is about 13% population, which I was checking. There's a 13% population of Muslims. Now, will they vote for Congress at the behest of AIMIM? I mean, how do you see the Muslim voters reacting this time? And towards which party will the inclination be?
No, Niru, I think it's very clear. In the constituencies where there are sizable number of Muslim voter, AIMIM has put up their own candidate. And these are the constituencies where Muslim voters are going to vote for the AIMIM candidate. They have 7 MLAs in the present assembly. They are likely to get more or less similar number of seats. But in the constituencies where AIMIM is not contesting, or AIMIM is not strong, I think in those constituencies, Muslim votes is going to shift towards the Congress. And that is making Congress a formidable force in 2023 assembly elections in Telangana. Congress is banking heavily on the Muslim vote. If the Muslim vote doesn't shift in favor of the Congress, then I don't think Congress will be able to perform as well as it is expected at this moment.
Right. There are other states also which have gone to polls during this lap, MP, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan. But if you talk about the prospects of Congress, would the Telangana victory for Congress be the biggest grand revival, so to say, for Congress amongst the 5 states which go to polls?
I don't think there is any indicator or any measuring tool to suggest if Congress, suppose Congress win 3 states, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Telangana. So do we see Telangana's victory as the biggest turning point for the Congress? I don't think it's going to be the biggest turning point.
Right.
Maybe Madhya Pradesh. So very difficult for me to say which victory is going to be the biggest turning point. But I can say may not be Chhattisgarh, because if there are surprises, that adds to the morale of the party workers. So the surprises, Chhattisgarh victory is not going to come as a surprise, because generally there is a belief that Chhattisgarh Congress is doing very well. Chhattisgarh Congress will definitely come back. Telangana, there are ifs and buts. Madhya Pradesh, there is ifs and buts. Rajasthan also, nobody knows who is going to win elections in Rajasthan. Right. So any surprise from these states, and there could be different combinations. Right. Suppose Congress managed to win only 2 states, one being Telangana and one being Chhattisgarh, then definitely Telangana victory would be considered as more important than Chhattisgarh. But so it depends. It depends. But yes, every victory is going to add to Congress strength, a morale boost for the Congress worker, morale boost for the Congress leader.
But Sanjay, would it not be a strategic election in the sense that Telangana is going to have an impact? It's almost like a gateway to the South. And whatever happens in Telangana, whatever results come out, obviously would show the way how South is going to vote in 2024.
No, we keep referring to South. We don't refer to North. Because if you look at South, Andhra has a government by a party which is not present in Telangana. So Telangana has a different party government at the moment. Andhra has a different party government. Karnataka has a government by a different political party. Tamil Nadu has a government by a different political party. Kerala has a government by a different political party. So if you look at all these, 5, 6 southern states, all these states share boundaries with each other, but there is no single party which has government which has a government in 2 states. So I don't think there is any indicator that if Congress manages to win Telangana, this is going to be an entry point for Congress in the southern state. Yes, Congress might do well in, say, Karnataka. They have a government in Karnataka. They have recently won the assembly election with a handsome majority. But this is not going to have an impact in Tamil Nadu. This is not going to have an impact on Andhra when 2024 Lok Sabha election take place.
Right. But Sanjay, another outstanding feature of this election, of course, has been the competitive populism. All the parties seem to be offering too many things to the voters. Now, this competitive populism which is playing out on the ground, how does it impact the prospects of the party? Can the parties really feel confident that, look, this is what I have offered to the voters, and so I'm confident that people will vote for either Congress or BRS or BJP?
See, there's no doubt that the beneficiaries of the scheme tend to vote in favor of the party, which is the ruling party of the state, because they believe that this is the party which has given them benefits. But only based on, the welfare schemes, party cannot be sure of winning election. If that was the case, then no ruling party would have lost election, because if you're the ruling party, you can dole out, large number of welfare schemes. So welfare schemes does add prospects to party's victory, but that's not the standalone reason through which a party can sail through, party can be successful. Because as I said, If that's the only requirement, then no ruling party is going to lose election.
No, but Sanjay, will the voters get swayed by what Congress is offering to them? The six guarantees, they've also been talking about the Karnataka model, how the guarantees have been fulfilled. They put out big ads. So do you think that the voter in Telangana will really get swayed by what the Congress is promising?
See, you have to have a full package. Uh, Giving an example from a cricket team, if you have 5 good bowlers, no good batsman, no good fielder, are you going to win the match? No. Reverse. You have 5 good batsmen, but no good bowler, no good wicket keeper. Are you going to win the match? No. So you need to have a comprehensive team. Yes, if Congress is making a promises, that can make an impact only and only if Congress has sizable support base. If the Congress is not present, look at what happened in the UP Assembly election. Congress, gave ticket to 40% women candidates. What happened? They only one candidate managed to win election. This was such a big poll plank.
Right.
Should be seen as a big poll plank. Remember when the bill was being passed in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, nobody opposed that bill. So this is an issue on which everybody tends to support. So when Congress went to elections in UP Assembly election with the same poll plank, people didn't support the party. Party
But
was not successful because
Right.
the party was not having the kind of support base you require. So people will believe the promises of the the promises which Congress is making in Telangana only if Congress is seen as a winnable or at least in a serious contest with BRS.
But Sanjay, you've seen all the three parties, BRS, BJP, and Congress. Which party do you think is offering a complete package according to your language?
No, at least the BRS and the Congress. These are the two parties. When I'm saying package, it includes, you should have party workers, you should have a sizable support base. Along with that, you should have fielded good candidates. And along with that, if you are making promises, if you're not in the government, you can make promises. If you are in a government, you should have done the same thing along with not making promises, but at least doling out welfare schemes. So I think BRS and the Congress both are offering good packages. Let's see which party is going to finally win elections on 3rd of December.
There is another factor this time in Telangana, and of course, that is the absence of TDP, absence of Chandrababu Naidu. Now, do you think that Congress really stands to gain in any way because of the absence of Chandrababu Naidu?
If you look at the past assembly election, Chandrababu Naidu did not do any wonders in the assembly election. But yes, I think the absence of Chandrababu Naidu is going to help the Congress because it has become a direct contest. If Chandrababu Naidu was contesting the election, even if people would not have seen Chandrababu winning this election, but some vote would have got split and gone in favor of Chandrababu Naidu's party. Right. So all those and that would have been a wasted vote, a vote which should have gone otherwise to the Congress. So I think Chandrababu Naidu not contesting election is in a way helping the Congress in Telangana.
Right. But Sanjay, it's interesting to know that what has happened to BJP. BJP, which was seen almost on a number 2 position till last year. And people were saying that BJP looks like a principal opposition party in Telangana. What has gone wrong with BJP? Why has it slipped to the number 3 position?
I think nothing has gone wrong with the BJP. The problem was with the perception. Why did people make this perception that BJP is number 2? On what basis? If you look at the last assembly election, BJP was not number 2. We managed to increase the vote share in the Lok Sabha election, and one should have looked at it carefully. There are many states where BJP does not perform very well in an assembly election. Look at Delhi, assembly election of 2015 and Lok Sabha elections of 2014. And if you look at the assembly elections of 2020 Delhi and 2019 Lok Sabha election, and there are many examples of that kind. So the perception was wrongly formulated that BJP is on the up or on the rise in Telangana. BJP managed to get more votes in the Lok Sabha elections to 2019 Lok Sabha election. And then a perception got created that BJP is number 2, BJP is in a position to challenge BRS, which was not the case. This is in a state assembly election, and people who and the parties which seem to be having a say in the state politics, or people have faith in the party, they are voting for those party, whether it is BRS or whether it is the Congress.
Right. But how strong is the Modi factor in Telangana? There are many people whom I have come across, and they are saying that, BJP is just trying to cut down the votes of Congress so that Congress doesn't, emerge as the principal contender. Is BJP trying to become sort of a kingmaker in case if there is a hung assembly? And as what you said, that it's a close contest, very tight and very difficult to predict. So what happens? Do you see BJP emerging as some sort of a kingmaker in case of a hung assembly or something?
No, if it is a hung assembly and if BRS is close to forming the government, BJP can certainly become the kingmaker. At this moment, I don't get that sense unless until BJP manages to get sizable number of votes. So, but it could be that BJP could emerge as the kingmaker if BRS falls short of the majority, if Congress falls short of the majority, but we can easily imagine that at least BJP is not going to support Congress in order to form the government in Telangana. So yes, it could emerge as a, like a kingmaker in case there is a hung assembly in Telangana.
But what should one say about KCR? There is a certain fatigue against KCR, but still KCR is seen as the father figure of Telangana. Is it so easy to unseat that man? Because many people still feel on the ground that it's really difficult to unseat KCR, no matter how many parties jump into the fray.
I had the same view about many political leaders who contested elections in the past. When I was growing up in Bihar, Jagannath Mishra used to be a very strong chief minister, a very powerful Congress leader. And I used to think, no, who is going to defeat this man? He got defeated. And there are many examples of that kind. Sheila Dikshit, 15 years chief minister. Who thought that Kejriwal is going to defeat Sheila Dikshit? At least I did not think that, this is going to happen in Delhi. And there are many examples of that kind. So yes, fatherly figure, KCR, a lot of credit goes to him for the formation of a new state, Telangana. But I think there is also a desire for change. When Lalu Prasad Yadav became the chief minister of Bihar in 1990 and emerged as such a powerful and such a popular leader, and there was a lot of expectation of the people from that leader. But one day, after 15 years, people wanted a change. Maybe that's the mood in Telangana. If there was no such a mood, then Congress may not have been, seem like doing very well. At least there are signs that Congress is posing a serious challenge to the BRS. So there must be a desire among the voters of Telangana for a change.
Right. But we are in the last lap of the interview, but if I may ask you, you would want to hazard a guess as to how many seats apparently you're looking at as far as BRS, BJP and Congress are concerned?
Very difficult, because based on the vote share, it's very difficult to even predict the seats. And I will give you a lot of examples of that kind. Karnataka is a state where BJP always got less vote and Congress always got more votes. If you leave aside this assembly election, in the past 2 or 3 assembly elections, it has always happened that Congress get less seat, 30, 35 less seat less, even though Congress has got more votes, 2%, 3% more votes. I would like to remind the viewer about of the Lok Sabha elections. 2009 Lok Sabha elections, BJP nationally got 18.6% vote, and their seats were 116 in the parliament. And in 2014 Lok Sabha election, Congress vote share, same country, same electoral system, 19.6% vote, which is 1% higher compared to BJP's vote share in the previous election. But Congress have with only 44 seats. Don't forget 2014 Lok Sabha elections, BSP got roughly 20% vote in UP, but they ended up getting 0 seats. They could not open an account in UP. So vote seat relationship is very, very difficult to guess or predict. The only thing I can say is that Telangana is heading for an interesting election. It's a very close fight between Congress and BRS, as it looked like 2 days before the voting.
But would you say that Congress does have an edge? It has an advantage to come back in power in Telangana?
Congress could come back to power in Telangana, but I don't even get a sense that whether Congress has an edge or BRS has an edge. I think it's a very close neck-to-neck fight between BRS and Congress.
So it could be a cliffhanger of sorts.
Absolutely. And that relates to your previous question, which we were discussing. If there is such a close election and if both parties fall short of a majority, I think BJP could still emerge as a kingmaker. And many BJP leaders are saying very confidently that government will not be formed without our support. Maybe that's happening in Telangana, who knows?
Well, so the counting will be on 3rd and we would know who's going to form the government in Telangana. It was wonderful talking to you, Mr. Sanjay Kumar. Thank you so much. And one appeal to the viewers who are watching this interview, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback and stay tuned to The Federal.
Subscribe to The Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.